Are you thinking about moving to Columbus, Ohio and wondering what living in Columbus, Ohio suburbs might look like? In this video, I'm going to show you around some neighborhoods in the Columbus, Ohio suburb of Powell, which has one of the more expensive median sales prices of any community in Central Ohio. But wait, there's more. I'm also going to discuss the pros and cons of living in Powell, Ohio. While I start showing you around the neighborhoods of Powell, I just wanted to welcome you to the channel. If you want to know everything about living in Columbus, Ohio, moving to Columbus, Ohio, or relocating to Columbus, Ohio, make sure to subscribe and tap the bell so you can be the first to know what is happening right now in the Columbus, Ohio real estate market. Whether you want to buy or sell a home, I'd be happy to help you with all of your real estate needs. Let's start off with pro number one, Sawmill Parkway. Not to be confused with Sawmill Road, which is a main exit to get from Interstate 270 and drive north into Powell. Once you get to Powell, it becomes Sawmill Parkway and is a nice windy road that has many restaurants, retail stores, grocery stores, businesses, and also neighborhood entrances. There are sidewalks for people to enjoy a walk, run, or bike ride. If you live in Powell, Sawmill Parkway has most of what you would need. And if it doesn't, you can probably just go a few miles south on Sawmill Road to get what you're looking for. Pro number two, Powell is home to the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Columbus has a great zoo, which has had Jack Hanna as its director since 1978, and it's located right here in Powell, Ohio. If you have kids or love animals, getting a zoo membership is a great way to enjoy the zoo year-round. One of the most spectacular light displays I've ever seen is the Columbus Zoo Wild Lights each year from mid-November through the end of December. You can just come to the zoo and the lights are everywhere. Pro number three, easy access to Columbus and other major areas. From Powell, you have several options for getting south into the neighboring suburb of Dublin or into Columbus. The aforementioned Sawmill Road takes you to Interstate 270, as does Olentangy River Road, which is also State Route 315. Once it goes south of Interstate 270, 315 is a 6-lane highway that takes you to downtown Columbus. If you're on the west side of Powell, you can take Riverside Drive, which becomes US 33 as you head south and also takes you all the way to downtown Columbus. As far as destinations, the Polaris shopping area is just a few miles away to the east, and the Dublin Bridge Park area is just a few miles to the south. Pro number four, Zumbezi Bay. This is a water park that's adjacent to the Columbus Zoo. All proceeds from the water park go towards furthering the mission of the zoo. Zumbezi Bay is the only water park in the Columbus area, and it's located right here in Powell. Pro number five, highly rated schools. Powell is located in the Olentangy School District, which has an A+ rating from niche.com. Niche.com rates the school district as number 3 in the entire state for athletics and number 12 overall when ranked against over 600 school districts. And Olentangy Liberty High School, located right in Powell, also has an A+ rating by niche.com and is ranked in the top 20 for best high schools in the entire state of Ohio. Now let's look at the cons about living in Powell, Ohio. Con number one, Powell is one of the most expensive places to buy a house in the Columbus, Ohio area. For the entire year of 2022, the median sales price in Powell was $585,000. In comparison, the median sales price for the entire Columbus MLS in 2022 was $290,000. So yes, that's just more than double the price. Con number two, Powell is a competitive place to buy a home. 2 recent listings in Powell for around $1 million had multiple offers within their first few days on the market. This is when so many experts are saying that the housing market is crashing, maybe in some places, but in Powell, it is still a seller's market with only 1 month supply of homes for sale. Con number three, there are a few areas of Powell where traffic can get backed up. If you go to the intersection of Powell Road and Olentangy River Road during rush hour or at busy times on weekends, you'll likely be waiting at that intersection for a few minutes. Also, if you're headed south of Powell towards Interstate 270 at busy times, you'll get in some congestion on Sawmill Road in the left lane of people trying to get onto 270 eastbound. Neither of these are terrible, and there are some ways to avoid them, but they will cause some delays. Con number four, Powell can feel small. Right in Powell itself, it can feel like there isn't much going on, but thankfully you are so close to Dublin, the US 23 corridor, and the Polaris area that if you can't get what you need right in Powell, it isn't much of a drive to get somewhere with more options. Well, there you have it. That's my list of pros and cons about living in the Columbus, Ohio suburb of Powell. If you have any questions about living in Powell, living in Columbus, or anything related to real estate, feel free to comment below, or you can contact me by phone, text, or email. Whether you want to look at a home today or in a few months from now, I would be happy to help you make your move to Columbus, Ohio as stress-free as possible. Until next time, I hope to see you around.